Hi guys, hello. Okay, so today does happen to be non-binary day. Now this wasn't planned, but it just happened. So happy non-binary day. Obviously it's not gonna be up when that happens, but I thought today I would talk about a subject that I get questions about all the time. When anyone talks about my gender and my identity and then my sexuality, I always get this question, and that is, how can you be gay and gender fluid? So for anyone who is like rather new to my channel and doesn't really know that much about me, I am non-binary, I identify as non-binary, and my sort of like section of non-binary is gender fluid. So gender fluid is my label. So gender fluidity is basically where my idea of my gender doesn't sit in one place all the time. Sometimes I gravitate towards more female, sometimes I gravitate towards male, sometimes I sort of gravitate towards one like in the middle. It never really stays in one place. Now it's not as quick as like saying one day I wake up and I'm female, one day I wake up and I'm male. It's not that quick. It's a little bit more blended, but that is my terminology. But when it comes to my sexuality, I do still use the label gay, and that seems to send people into like overdrive, and they're like, what, how does this make any sense? So one thing that I want to say first that a lot of people don't want to accept is that sex and gender are completely different things. They're not the same thing. So many people will just say to you, if you've got a penis, you're a man. If you've got a vagina, you're a woman. Nay, bitch. Like, that's not how it works. Your gender is up here and your sex is down there. Do not get those two confused. They're completely different things. So for me, with my gender and my sexuality, my gender is gender fluid. It floats, it blends, it changes. I'm fabulous and I love it. But when it comes to my sexuality, I still use the label gay, as I did before I came out as gender fluid. Before I understood my gender and just identified as male, I still use the word gay, and I still use it now. I like the same as what I have. I'm predominantly male presenting. I'm still gender fluid, but I do present most of my time as male. I have a more masculine physique. I'm obviously getting muscles and things, which is obviously like directed to more masculinity. I have biologically male reproductive organs, and that is what I like. I like people who are the same as me. Doesn't matter what necessarily their gender would be, but to me, I like people who are presenting male, who have male genitalia, who have, you know, a masculine sort of physique. I like that myself. Now, some people will say that I am androsexual, and androsexuality is people who like masculinity in males, and yet that's what I like. But to some people, androsexuality can also include masculine females, and like females who, you know, present more masculine, who are just like quite, you know, blokey and stuff. But I don't find those people attractive. I don't find that, you know, that's not something that I'm seeking out in a partner. For me, I am, you know, sexually and romantically attracted to the same as what I am, and that is why I use the label gay still. To the outside world and to the people who perceive me and stuff, I look male, and it's annoying because I really wish I could look more androgynous, but I can't, so, you know. But for me, that's why I still use the label gay, because I like the same as what I've got, I like the same as how I present, I like the same as what I am. Gender-wise, I am gender fluid, because they're completely different things. Just don't, I know it's confusing, and I know it can be weird to some people, and again, what I'm saying in this video might not necessarily tie up to how you feel, but that's perfectly fine. Like, don't be so like policing these terms and policing how you should be identifying other people, because it's not for you to determine other people. No one can tell me any differently, because it's my body, my mind, it's my choice to, you know, label myself as these things, and it makes sense to me. You can identify as whatever you want to identify as, and just because it might not fit in like 100% to what that label might officially mean or whatever, like, it does not matter. So please just remember that sexuality and gender are two different things, and they're on completely different spectrums themselves. No, sometimes they can interlock, and all of you already know, if you ever watch a video about gender or anything, how much people go insane. Like, people are literally insane about this topic. They get so irate and they're so disrespectful towards people, and also people inside the community. And this is what I really don't like. People inside the community can be so PC police and so insane that they take anything that doesn't necessarily match up with what they feel is an attack. And it's not half the time. Sometimes it just comes from people who are just slightly ignorant or just slightly like unsure about what to do. So I hope this video has been slightly enlightening to some people, and I hope you could have get a better understanding as to what my identity is. And actually now in future, I generally introduce myself to people as non-binary rather than saying I'm gender fluid. I get into that sort of like later on in the process, because non-binary I feel like is a little bit more easier to explain to people. People are just starting to know about non-binary stuff, let alone then going to subdivisions of gender fluidity and gender flux and gender queer and agender and all these kind of things. Like, using non-binary for me sometimes is just a bit easier than trying to explain this. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video and learned a few things from it. If you have any more questions, please leave them down below in the comment section, and I'd love to answer some of them for you. Make sure you do follow me on all of my all my details, my Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff down below. Give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and a massive shout out to Kelly, Stephanie, and Jordan, who are my top 3 patrons. I love you so much. Thanks for making me be fabulous and do this all the time. And if you'd like to become a patron, there's a link down there as well. And I'll see you all very soon. Bye.